we can cover the root causes of our suffering. So the class of today is about that. It's about understanding the root cause of our suffering so that we can keep doing the right thing, keep investing the right amount of energy in the right place, because you heal if you know the root cause of your suffering, and then you have that intelligent approach to your sadhana life, to your practices. Okay? So this comes from the teaching of Patanjali Maharishi, who is the author of the Raja Yoga Sutras 2000 years ago. And so something that we need to contemplate. Okay, we need to think about, even though you might not be completely aware right away, but we need to think about over and over again. So Patanjali says, just go straight to the topic, we say there are 5 kinds of suffering, 5 causes of suffering, but he say the misery that has not yet manifested should be avoided. So what that means, if you have a certain cause of suffering and you carry on, do certain things out of ignorance, then you will suffer. So what he's saying, the misery that has not yet manifested, need to be avoided. That means you need to go to the root cause of the suffering and do the right thing to avoid the future suffering. Okay? So there are 5 causes of sufferings according to Raja Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Literally, the kleshas, Sanskrit term, cause of suffering, cause of affliction, means poisons. Okay? The 5 kleshas are number 1, avidya, or spiritual ignorance. That's why if you start on your spiritual journey in order to be enlightened, the more that you have light come in your mind, and the more that you become wise, you go into the root cause of all suffering. Actually, avidya is the main cause of suffering. The other 4 come from avidya. The number 2 is called asmita, or egoism. Okay? So you don't know who you are. So you believe that you are this personality called the ego, the ahamkara. Okay? The number 3, raga. Raga is translated as attachment. Because of our attachment, we suffer. Number 4, dvesha. Dvesha means repulsion. That means it's the opposite of raga. Raga means you attach to something, you like something. And dvesha is you run away from something. Okay? So the two together, raga, dvesha, means your likes and dislikes, your area of love and hate. And the number 5 is called abhinivesha, means your will to live, or in other words, your fear of death. Okay? So these are the list of the 5 main causes of suffering according to Patanjali. So we need to understand them well. Avidya, the number 1, is forgetting our true nature as immortal, unchanging, pure consciousness, that is called the Atman. So we forget that. We forget that we are this. Yeah. So we mistake. We take the perishable, the impure, the external world, external appearance, for that which is real, true, permanent, or eternal. So we just make mistake. So avidya means not understanding our true nature as Satchidananda Atman. Instead, mistaking our body and mind to be ourselves. So we do not know the difference between that which will bring pain and that which will bring immortality. So we are unaware of the truth, and that is called avidya or ignorance, which is the root cause of all the afflictions. So if the root cause of all our afflictions is avidya, so the way to cure all our afflictions is self-knowledge. So you need to go to the teaching of Vedanta, which is a yoga philosophy that teach about the nature of the self, the nature of self-healing, the nature of self-realization, the nature of liberation or enlightenment. Okay? So, if we are suffering from our own negativity, from our own perceptions of our imperfections in our mind, we have to, and then we don't have self-confidence, we have low self-esteem, we feel insecure, we feel anxious, then we need to go to the root cause and ask ourselves the question, who am I? Am I these impressions in my mind, my habitual thinking? Am I my past hurt? Am I my past mistake? Yeah, so you need to ask the question about your own mind, perception, that perpetuate this false idea of yourself. So the problem is we identify with the body and the mind. We believe that we are this body, 30 years old, male, female, pretty or ugly, doesn't matter. You think that you are this vehicle. So that is the first mistake. The body and the mind is like a car with the engine of the car in order for you to experience life. Okay? So the vehicle here is the vehicle of self-knowledge. So you are born in the body and with the mind in order for you to experience the fruit results of your karma, in order for you to wake up, in order for you to learn the lesson of who am I. So the body and the mind are your vehicle. It's like you drive a car and you say, I'm Honda, I'm Japanese, I'm 10 years old, I'm red from outside, and I'm worth $10,000. So you make mistake. You take your vehicle that you use to go from one place to another, yeah, to be yourself. So this body and this mind are your vehicles in order for you to experience this life, yeah. So you experience this life the best you can. That vehicle is very sharp and very powerful and have lots of skills and equipment. so that you can experience this life, so you understand that you made a mistake. Yeah, so you detach from this false identification with the vehicle, with the body and mind, so you recognize who you are. So this body, mind, vehicle that you are born into is there for you to wake up, is there for you to experience life and to wake up and to know that it is not yourself, to know that this experience is the condition to your thinking, and to know that you can change your thinking, and to know that you can progress and you can have a better idea, more true idea of who you are and who you truly are, that we would call Sitaramananda. That means, you are unlimited. Yeah, you are, your life and who you are is more than this body. Yeah, you come with a short time to experience something in this body, but then your life is more than this body. Yeah, so you are called immortal. Yeah, Sat Chit. Chit means you are all knowledge. You are the source of all knowledge. Ananda. Ananda means bliss. That means the true nature of yourself is that bliss absolute. Yeah? So this is something that we need to remember. Otherwise, we experience objects, of the senses, and we believe that these objects can give us the happiness we want. But it's impossible. You can possess all these objects of the world, but you will not be happy because it's objects. Yeah, but you are the subject. I mean, you are the power here. You are the existence. You are the truth here. But we constantly have the illusion, projecting different ideas outside around us, run after them, and think that we can get some happiness from them. So that is called Avidya, or spiritual ignorance. Okay? So we need to wake up from this. Our body and our mind are only our vehicles. So in order to understand that, you need to have some level of detachment. Yeah, I mean, use the body is there to be used, use the mind, yeah, but you have to know inside the core of your consciousness, you need to know this is not you. You need to know that you are the immortal spirit. So this is only something that you can train. And you can train yourself to think differently like that, to be more of a detached person like that. Okay? So you have three bodies, the physical body, the astral body, and the causal body. So you need to understand, and look at yourself properly. Yeah, the physical body is the envelope of food. What you eat becomes the body. Yeah, and the astral body, you have a layer called the prana. Yeah, prana is a vital energy, your aura, your subtle body. And then you have the mind and the emotions and the subconscious. Yeah, and then you have your intellect, your ego. All these are your astral body. Yeah, what that means is the mind is a subtle, the tool for you to experience life. Okay, the tool for you to experience life, but what you experience pleasure and pain. Yeah, this life is like this. It's the experience of pleasure and pain. And when you experience pleasure and pain, pleasure is limited, pain is limited. So then you have to know that is something that is unlimited, that is beyond the pleasure and pain. Okay? And this is what you do when you wake up and you see the pleasure, you think it to be the truth, and then it ends and you suffer. Yeah, and then finally when you suffer, you have to turn inward, and then you to find a place of peace, unlimited peace that is within yourself. Yeah, so that's how you learn. Yeah, when you experience pain also, eventually, pain is like if you swing this way, you swing that way. We'll talk about that later, but that also is unlimited, is limited. So that this experience help you to go to where the truth is within yourself. So you withdraw yourself and you recognize yourself. So that's the reason why you are equipped with the body and mind. So then you can recognize yourself. And that is called the process of waking up, yeah, or self-realization. So we need to cultivate this true knowledge by practicing self-remembrance. Yeah, all the time you forget yourself in the objects of the senses, in what your mind say, who you are, what your ego say, who you are. But you need to detach and need to have self-reflection, self-remembrance. And this can happen when you do the sadhana or your spiritual practice, yoga practice, meditation practice, so that you can remember on the truth, remember the truth of who you are. Okay? So we need to truly understand the cause of our problem. When we have problem, then we always, blame something external. You think that if this object gives you happiness now, and it does not give you happiness later, something must be wrong with the object. Okay? But you do not see that it's this you that hangs some kind of illusion upon the object, expected to perform the way how you want it, but it cannot, because its true nature of object is not to give you the permanent happiness. It's not possible. So you need to turn your attention inward, to find the happiness that is within you, that is lasting. Okay? For example, you think that the body, you are very pretty and then young and beautiful. You think that will give you happiness. Okay? But eventually the body can get old, or something, accident can happen, or the body is relative. It cannot be beautiful and pretty and perfect. You try to make it perfect, it can never be perfect. Some people spend so much time, money, to make the body perfect. But the body is not you. It cannot be perfect. So, and it changes every moment. Okay? So you have to detach. I mean, you use the body, you know the true nature of the body is to grow and to get old and to self-destroy. You know that the nature of the body, so you don't put all the energy in the body, but you put the energy on living your life meaningfully, doing your practice, so that you can recognize your mistake in thinking. So we function out of our mistaken identity. We cannot see beyond. It's like the day has no sun because there is a cloud. And you believe that there is no sun. No, the sun is there. Sun is always there. But now you see only the cloud. So sometimes you see only the appearance externally, and you did not do any kind of proper practice according to yoga and Vedanta. They give you this practice of meditation, of self-inquiry, so you can, even if the clouds are there and you don't see the sun, you know that the sun is there. That we call self-remembrance. Even though you go through the up and the down and your life seems to be changing and this and that happening, but you know that the sun is there behind. The light is there behind. Okay? So you have to remember the teachings. You have to remember the words of the scripture. You have to hear again the teaching from the guru. So that you keep that sane and healthy who you are. Okay? And you have to reflect. So nobody can reflect for you, because outside people would just give you the false idea of who you are. millions of dollars spent in selling, gadgets for beauty outside, lipsticks and so on. And you spend so much money to try to make yourself beautiful. Okay, instead of spending money to go to a yoga class or go to a yoga retreat, I would talk to you about who you are. So you have this false concept of who you are. Okay, people don't like you, or you feel lonely, and you think, oh, because I'm not pretty enough, so people don't like me. And again, you go to beauty parlor to make yourself nicer, to create that aura of beauty, but inside you are empty. Yeah. So you need to put more the energy into the practices that make you feel full, make you feel complete, make you feel, who you are, make you feel strong. The outside is part of nature. The body is part of nature. It comes, it grows, it changes. Do you see a perfect apple? You see a perfect. When people buy for me a perfect apple, I refuse to eat, because in nature there is no perfect apple. Yeah, it's perfect because it's natural, but that perfection of man-made perfection. People now do all kinds of things to fruits and to food and make it perfect. But that perfection is artificial. Okay, so seek for the truth of the perfection within you, but don't try to have the perfection outside. Nature is changing all the time. There's no leaf that looks the same like another one. No day that looks the same like another day. No sunlight that look the same like the other sunlight. No flower that look the same. No person that look the same. And everything is changing. So that's the true nature of the universe, the true nature of Maya, true nature of the world of nature. Okay, so accept your body, what it is there. That's part of nature. But remember that at the bottom of it, there is an unchanging spirit, the unchanging consciousness that is creating this. That is the source of all this. So try to look for that unchanging. So in a very short, a few words and few minutes, I cannot really explain to you the true nature. I see some people write some notes. You need to take course. You need to take course. I teach all day long, and there's so many different courses. Please come and take course. So then you can learn ABC. You cannot just say, okay, 2 hours, Samisita, explain to me everything, what is myself. No, you have to practice. You have to take course over and over and over. You have to practice again. Do you want to sit comfortably and just listen Samisita talk for 2 hours and understand the nature of the self? No way. But still I can do, so then so you can wake up, but really you need to make the effort for self-knowledge. Okay, you need to take the effort for self-knowledge. So number one, you have to listen to the scripture, and then you have to think about yourself. The scripture say the body is only your vehicle. So go around and think about this. Every day think in which way my body is a vehicle. I am not the body, so then who am I? So you have to take the effort to think, because I cannot think for you. Okay? And then think deeply about the teaching of the truth in the scripture. They say that you are immortal spirit. You are the Sitaramananda Atman. So think about it. Otherwise you go and you buy newspaper and you think all kinds of things. That is not really the truth. So try to find self-knowledge in order for you to wake up from the ignorance. Okay, so that is the first teaching. The second teaching is, when you don't know who you are, then you believe what you are not to be who you are. So that is called egoism. Okay, you believe that your limited self is who you are. Okay, your body and your mind and your personality is who you are. So this is the second cause of suffering, the ego. The ego is called the self-arrogating principle of the mind. I mean, there is in our equipment, in our mind, we have called the ahamkara, the ego. That means you have to affirm who you are, yeah, in your mind, in order for you to experience well what you come here to experience, in order for you to wake up and know that it is limited. It's not the truth. Yeah. So therefore the ego is a necessary instrument for your enlightenment, for your waking up. Yeah. Because if you don't have the ego, don't have the personality, then you believe that you are, who knows, Elizabeth Taylor, or you are, Angelina Jolie, or you believe that you are the queen or something. So then how can you learn from your lessons? So you have to learn from your lessons when you have that life, that personality, that ego, but don't think that the ego is yourself. You see, that is the teaching. Okay? You need to have the ego, so there's nothing wrong with perhaps self-confidence and go through your life, yeah, as an integrated personality, experiencing your life. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. It's very good that you are clear in mind and you know what you experience and you know what is right, what is wrong. That is good. But ego or egoism come from the idea that you get attached to this idea of who you are. You get attached to this personality of who you are. Yeah, then you cannot see. The moment you get attached to that, then you cannot see further who you are not. Okay, but you are more unlimited. You are more powerful. You're more complete than your personality. Your personality is limited, so that's why you constantly you feel incomplete, because you identify with your personality and you compare to others and you feel incomplete. So this is one of the causes of the suffering, when you identify with your ego, and from there, when you attach to your own way or your own desire, your own action, it creates pain, because it's not possible. Yeah, it's not possible to get everything that you want, that you desire, because it's illusory. Yeah, it comes from your mistaken identification with your limited self. And from there come a lot of problems. The ego can bring a lot of problems. The problem of selfishness, the problem of egoism, the problem of anxiety, the problem of pride, the problem of arrogance, and the problem of abusing others, the problem of anger, the problem of jealousy. So the ego brings a lot of problems if you believe the ego to be yourself. So that's why we say one of the second cause of suffering is the ego. Okay? Know who you are, then the ego becomes small. Then the ego would, then you would learn whatever lesson you need to learn, but you don't believe that you are this false ego, which is your instrument only. Yeah. But you become more, the ego become thinner, yeah, from very thick ego. It becomes thinner and thinner. That means you know inside who you are. And then this personality, it's okay, you still have to function in this world, but you do not believe that it is yourself. So this is a very big learning lesson. Yeah, so you have to ask yourself the question, who am I? Who am I? Yeah, and then you have to come to a better version of yourself. Yeah, an ego that is more sattvic, that is more open, that is more that has compassion, that is more enlightened. Yeah, you try to get out of that tamasic ego. Yeah, that rajasic ego, mine, all the time. The rajasic ego say, me, mine, look at me, look at mine, like this. Yeah, so this causes suffering. So if you can come to called the sattvic ego, that means you have the sense of self, but you don't, you are not denying the greater truth, and you are not asserting your difference with others, your limited personality. You don't assert this. You use this, but you don't assert this. This is not you. So you are able to be flexible, to be adaptable, to be compassionate, to understand more than what your ego can come up with. See, so the second cause of suffering, we need to think a lot about this so you can wake up, is your own ego. So be humble. Yeah? To work with your ego, you need to learn humility, flexibility, adaptability, compassion. The third cause of suffering and the fourth cause of suffering are to be understood together. It's called the Raga and Dvesha, or the likes and dislikes, or the swinging of the mind from opposites. Okay? So the mind always have the tendency to swing to whatever, to run to whatever you like, and to run away from whatever you dislike, or you. So the Raga, or the attraction, why the mind swing? Why the mind is not calm? If your mind is calm, then you'll be able to see yourself. It's like if the leg is calm, then you can see through the movement of the leg, then you can see the true reflection of yourself, beautiful. Yeah. But why your mind cannot be calm? Yeah. It's all the time swinging, and some people swing more than others. Some people are more calm than others. Some people just swing the opposite. Yeah. Then you can see the because of the swinging, yeah, so then you are not peaceful. So Patanjali explained why your mind is swinging. Okay, why your mind has this raga or attachment. The definition, he say, attraction is that which dwells on pleasure. Okay, so what that means? That means we have experienced of pleasure before, so we want to repeat this experience of pleasure. But pleasure is all the time ending, yeah, because the true nature of pleasure is not to last forever. Okay, so then we have this experience in our mind of pleasure, so we want to go back to this experience of pleasure, and it's ending, yeah. So then we have these impulses within us of attraction, always running, always remembering this experience of pleasure, and always want to repeat it. So then we glue to it. We are, attracted, yeah, to the experience of pleasure. Let's say you have the experience of ice cream instantly. Oh, so good. Yeah. So you want to repeat it. Yeah. You go around, you're always looking, every day looking for the ice cream. That will give you that experience of pleasure. Okay. So then the opposite is like after 3 ice cream, then you have stomach pain. So then come aversion. Aversion means that which you don't like, the dislike, the opposite. Aversion is that which attempts to avoid pain. Okay, so after you experience pleasure from the ice cream, and then you experience pain, diarrhea, stomach pain from the ice cream, then now you have aversion, of ice cream. Okay, the moment you hear the word ice cream, you run away. Yeah, why? Because you have the experience of pain, and you want to avoid pain. So aversion or dislikes is made up of pain and things that cause discomfort, feeling, and they're not last, precarious. That means, you get attached to things, and things are precarious. I mean, it changes. Then you have an experience of pain, and then you dislike this thing that give you pain. Yeah. So some people they have experience of being hurt in relationships or something, and they close off and they don't want any relationship anymore, and they think that all men or all women give them pain, and they run away, and they are isolated. They are the phenomena that people become so hurt, yeah. So they become isolated. They don't want to experience the pain anymore. They don't want to experience anything anymore, and they close off. They become depressed, yeah, and they can just die like this in isolation and in depression. Okay, so but you have to know that how the right way how to deal with the up and down of the mind, the attraction and the repulsion, the mind that is all the time go toward what it likes and go against, go running away from objects. Okay? So you have to know the phenomena, why it's like this. Because of ignorance. So you cannot see yourself. You cannot see yourself, so you see only objects. And objects is limited in nature. Yeah. So, and the senses always go look out, looking for objects. So when the senses is glued to the object, yeah, and the sensual object, when it glued to the object, then you have the experience of calmness. You have the experience that the mind stops swinging. When the mind stops swinging because the senses are glued to the object, then at that time you have the experience of happiness that comes from actually the within. Yeah, but when your mind is stopping for a moment, yeah, then you feel the experience of bliss. Yeah, and then you attribute it wrongly to the fact that you possess the object. Yeah, you attribute it to the object. So you think that the object gave you happiness, but the object doesn't give you happiness. It's the truth within that is bliss absolute that give you happiness when the mind stop moving. Okay, so then it moved to the opposite. It moved to the opposite. It become painful. So again, you fall into the trap again. Yeah, believing that the object give you pain. Yeah. So then that's it. You all the time looking for the bliss absolute within you, because we are all the time looking for ourselves. We're all the time looking for ourselves, but we wrongly attribute the happiness or the unhappiness with the objects. We attribute the happiness to the object. We attribute the pain to the object. Yeah. But we do not know because we are moving in the external sensual world of objects and seeking for happiness in that world of objects. But it's impossible. Yeah, you have to turn your gaze inward. Yeah, yoga teaching, meditation teaching is to teach you to cease to be running, raga dvesha, running towards something. Yeah, running away from something. Cease that movement, but withdraw. Okay, don't seek, don't blame things externally. They are whatever they are. Yeah, but for you, the responsibility, if you want to go deep into the cause of the suffering that created by your mind that is swinging all the time, then you need to withdraw that mind. You have to turn inward. Yeah, don't spend all your life blaming. Yeah, people spend all their life blaming something that create pain to them. Yeah, and then neither don't spend all your life running towards something better than what you knew that gave you happiness. Yeah, these are illusion. Yeah, the more that you do this, the more you go into that pathway again and again and again of seeking happiness externally. So you need to know once for all. Yeah, you don't need to have 100,000 experience of pleasure, 100,000 experience of pain in order for you to realize that this is impossible. Yeah, impossible to find peace. Yeah. So then, turn within. Yeah, understand the cause of the suffering and try to calm your mind. Yeah. From all this illusion of happiness or all illusion of pain. Yeah. Try to find yourself. Try to calm the mind down then you can find the self. Okay? Turn within. Yeah, so these yoga techniques sometimes you dislike because it makes you turn within when you always running externally. Try to find happiness in the sensual world. So you dislike the yoga techniques. You dislike withdrawing of the senses. You dislike asana, pranayama, meditation, the repeating a mantra. You dislike this thing. Or you can try a little bit, but you never go deeper. So therefore, you never go to the other side, yeah, which is the the place of peace, which is within you, because you keep falling into the illusion of the sensual objects that give you happiness or pain. So you are attached to so we are very attached, okay? So attachment is a big problem in life. We are attached to our emotions. We are attached to our passion. We want to reproduce them, yeah? We attach to action, yeah, to work. We are attached to the ego. We are attached to things and situations, thinking that they will last forever. Yeah, we are attached to the object of our senses. I told that already. Our nature of our mind is attachment. So you need to contemplate about the nature of our attachment and know that it's not the way to happiness. Yeah, we attach to relationships. Okay, we attach to what we dislike. Yeah, what we dislike, we continue to be disliking it because we are attached to it. We are attached to our misery because even the memory and the misery is there, but you are attached to it. You are attached to the idea of being a victim. Yeah, and you are attached to you are lost in the attachment. Basically, attachment is the description of your life. Okay, so you need to learn detachment. Yeah, there's a detachment taught in Karma Yoga, and do the action but let go of result. The detachment that is taught in emotion. That means, love is true, but don't be attached. Okay, and the detachment that you can learn in meditation. That means you need to let go of the thoughts. When you sit in meditation, the thoughts come. You have to learn to withdraw and detach and let go of these thoughts so you can go straight into the experience of something beyond the mind. Okay, so you are detached in Jnana Yoga. There's also the teaching of detachment, of asking yourself if this is true or real or illusory, and then try to stay away from that which is changing. So the last cause of suffering, yeah. So you have 4 already. Remember, one, the first is the ignorance, 2 is egoism, and the third is attachment, and the fourth is running away. Yeah, running toward and running away. So these are the swinging of the mind, and the fifth cause of suffering is called fear of death. So Patanjali go quite deep, to say the cause of the suffering is the life itself. Fear of death means your attachment to this life, yeah, and you are afraid of something you don't know, yeah. You're afraid of the unknown. So you believe this life to be in this body to be the only life that is you, yeah. So you are afraid of death. Okay, so this is something quite common. Yeah, we are quite afraid of death because we are very attached to the life in the body and our personality, because we think that if we die, then we would die. The I would disappear, or the personality would disappear. So you see, this is a wrong root cause, a lot of wrong thinking. Yeah. So we need to learn, and that's through scripture, through thinking, through meditation, through yoga. Eventually, you have the direct experience that you are more than the physical body. Okay? So I remember my first experience of meditation. I was not that's a long time ago. That's 40 years ago. Yeah, I was meditating first time, no, second time or something. And whatever the experience I experienced, I come out of the meditation and I say, I'm not afraid of death. Why? Because then you have the true experience that you are existing and something is very vibrant and very alive. Yeah. And you come back to this reality, a physical reality, then then you know that you experience something better, not worse. You see? So people are afraid of death because they think that death will annihilate what they have. yeah, that is that they are attached to, and it will throw them into the place of nothingness, yeah. So they are very afraid of it. But you have to contemplate on that, yeah. So the subtle is not worse than the gross. So you live in the gross manifestation of body, mind, and your sense of self that is limited. But if you go to the subtle and you experience your consciousness, that is more subtle, but it's more expanded, it's more enriching, and it's and that you feel very good with it, then you come back to the gross, and then you are okay with that. Yeah, you still have to live in the material world because that's why you are born, but you are at the same time you're not afraid of death anymore. So people that are going to the near death experience, they die and they come back and they are not afraid anymore because they become dutiful and they become very good people because they have a more of a greater perspective of who we are. So Swami Vishnudevanji say, if you live this life, yeah, but you don't recognize your true nature, then that is called death. And some people is like this. They live this life in this body, in this mind, but they don't know who they are. They're so disconnected with themselves. They are so depressed. So it's like death. Yeah. It's not better. You live the life, you are attached to the body, the mind, but you have no connection with your soul. So you're like that. You have no feeling. You have no inspiration. Okay. But people, that understand the spirit, then they are alive. So the definition of life and death is that. Yeah, if you are in connection with yourself, then if you are in connection with yourself, then you are alive. Yeah. If you're not in connection with yourself, then you are dead. Then you start to become depressed. Depression is like that, want to die. Yeah. And some people are suicide. Yeah. Some people they die. Yeah. Because they want to escape. They want to escape the fact that they are not feeling alive. Okay. But instead of doing this stupid thing, which is to terminate your life because of your ignorance, you need to take more time and be more serious with practice. Yeah. So you have to be very serious with practice. If you feel not good, you go do a set of asana, yeah, that is properly done, then you feel alive right away. You're connecting with yourself right away. Yeah. So then if you feel the emotion up and down, and you go do a set of pranayama breathing exercise, yeah, to calm your mind and emotion down, and you feel alive right away. So life always is the truth. Life is your life. Life is eternal. Okay. But because we identify with the veils, so therefore you think that you are not alive. But life is there. Life is beautiful. Life is alive. Life is alive. So try to be alive. Yeah. But don't identify with the body. Okay. Don't identify with the body, because the body, if you identify with the body, the more you identify with the body, the more you want physical immortality, the more you're dead. Yeah, physical immortality. Can you find immortality in the body? No, impossible. Yeah, the body is born. It's an instrument only. Yeah, it's not meant to last forever. You last forever. You is the governor of the vehicle. You is the boss of the vehicle. You are the boss of your life. You are immortal. Yeah, but not the body, not your instrument. Your instrument is not meant to last forever. Okay, so you need to think and ponder about these 5 causes of suffering. Okay, so you're not in the illusion. Yeah, of happiness when you are not truly happy, when you don't know what happiness is. Yeah. So you are not buying into the idea of who I am when you don't know who you are. Yeah. So you are not buying into the idea of this thing, this object is dislikable. I hate this person. Yeah. And you are not buying into this idea that this person is the source of my happiness. I'm attached to this person. Anything external, you are not buying into, because you go inward and you become more detached, yeah, to whatever the outside around you, and then you find something that is truer. So people think if I'm going to let go of my object attachment, then I lose them. Then I feel very insecure. Then I would abandon my relationship. No, this is wrong thinking. Yeah, it's not that correct at all. Yeah, but if you have a big picture, yeah, of who you are, and you understand that you are there with the person in order for you to learn the lesson about who you are, then you will cherish the person even more. You'll be able to love the person even more, yeah, and more truly, because the person is your own self, yeah. But you have to see that love is not attachment, okay? And then you have to see that the self is not the ego, and that's about it. So please do contemplate on the nature of your suffering. Yeah, stop the blaming, stop the victimization. Yeah, because you cannot be a victim forever. If you are a victim forever because some mistake has happened or somebody did something wrong to you, if you're a victim forever, then you lose your life. Yeah, your life is for you to experience. So this experience of something negative, yeah, you learn from it. Okay, because there's something you need to learn from it. It's happened to you for you to learn. It's no accident. Okay, so don't blame, but look inside, learn your lesson. Don't play the victim. Yeah, and become the master of your life. Yeah, and come out free. Okay, so this whole study and the whole teaching and the whole thing is for you to come out free. They'll come out strong, come out with perspective, come out of right thinking about yourself and about your life. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. And if you have any question, I don't know, you have time. Yeah. So somebody gave some commentary. If I'm depressed, I just want to die. I don't want to live. Yeah. Because they are tired and they want to escape. Yeah. And they think that dying is the way to go. Yeah. And okay. So that's it. So thank you very much, everybody. And I see you next week. Thank you. Oh.